Okay, I'm back, guys. So I got my wood veneer pieces. So let's open these up and get them adhered down. So it's been a little crazy here last few days. My 1500 subby giveaway just closed, so I had to do that video, and my desk was a mess. And yeah, so lots of things. It's been a few days since I filmed. I was waiting for those to come, and then I also created a bunch of the pieces and some of the layouts. So yeah, so I've been doing a little bit of work off camera, but that's so these videos aren't a million hours long. I know the last ones were quite lengthy. Okay, lift this up. And although I love my hot glue, I am using my art glitter glue because it gives me a little more wiggle room, and I do want to lift up this butterfly piece and kind of wiggle it in there. Okay, so it's this one and this one that I have to adhere. Ugh, I need to paint my nails so bad. So get that in there. Kind of give a pull on the flowers, make sure that those are going to stay in there nice. Okay, I'll come back and I'll pull on those later. Okay, so the next page that I'm going to work on is going to be, well, pages actually are going to be, let's put that back in there, are going to be these two pages. Now I do have a layout kind of set up for it, and I guess I was on Facebook last, and let me pull up the layout that I was thinking of doing. Well, not thinking, the one that I'm going to do, just as a reference guide. Okay, so I am going to do a little layout that's going to be from the ephemera pack. What I did was I went through and I made duplicates of these. So that's going to go there. And this is going to act like a little pocket. And then I'm going to have this piece and this piece to tuck in. So that's going to sit just like that. And then this one, I'm going to move this out of the way. Whoopsies. Okay, that comes over there. And then I'll need this one. And then this one. Now, where did I put those doilies? I thought, oh, there they are. I already got my doilies out. And I'm going to put the doilies here. This is going to go in the corner as a little, using the little bird as a tuck spot. This goes in the center of the doily. And then this is going to go in the corner as a little tuck spot. So that's how this is going to go. And I'm thinking that I probably will do some glossy accenting. So let's be honest, we all knew that that was coming. I'm going to move my hot glue gun out of the way because I'm not going to need it right this second. But what I am going to need to do with these pieces is I need to ink them. So here we go. I was going to do this off camera. I'm sure a lot of you would have appreciated me doing it off camera, but I already created these pieces and cut them out. So, and actually this one looks a little wonky. Now, I did actually scan these and plan to have my silhouette cut them out. Now, when you're using your scanner, you don't have to have a pick scan mat or, you know, anything like that. But my problem with some of these is they were so light, I wasn't able to do it because I couldn't get the scan, like you could see it in the scan, you could see the line of where, you know, the cardstock piece was and where it wasn't, but it was, for some reason, the software, the Silhouette software wasn't able to really see it because it was so close to the background. So I fought with it and fought with it and fought with it, and then just decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to just fussy cut these because now I'm frustrated and I need a little bit of relaxation. And I really do find fussy cutting relaxing when I have time to do it. Now, when I'm doing a project and running late, which is, I would say, 90% of my projects, I, you know, probably use my pick scan mat or my Silhouette to just cut the shapes because it's faster. And if I'm running late, I just don't have time to do all that fussy cutting. So let's see. Last few days of work have just been ridiculous. I don't know how to explain it. Oh, well, I'll explain it in a minute, but I am so glad that this class is over and that I have some time off for the 4th of July weekend and before I go back to work, because honestly, this last class tried my patience. I cannot even tell you how frustrating I find that class. They upset me so much. There was one girl who just had so much attitude. Now, let's talk about attitude. Attitude can get you into a lot of trouble, and attitude can get you a lot of like good things. So if you have a poor attitude, people are not going to want to do anything for you. If you have a good attitude, people are going to want to bend over backwards to help you. So it all started with shoes. Now our students are required to wear white shoes, and it's just part of their uniform. And so, you know, everyone knows that when they sign up, they get an email stating that, when they come in to visit me to finish up their registration paperwork, I go over the first day expectations. They're not required to be in uniform on the first day, but I go over the first day expectations, uniforms, other types of documentation that they could possibly need, that kind of stuff. I think I've said this before in other videos, and obviously either I'm not speaking in a way that people can understand, or people are just so ridiculously special, let's put it that way, that they can't understand the simple things about it. So anyway, everything goes without a hitch, and so it's the beginning of the second week that our students are required to be in uniform. Okay, no big deal. So the first day comes along and everyone's in uniform. Everything seems to be going fine. So that was last week. So no real issues. There were a couple of them I had to remind them that they couldn't wear their name badges down at their waistline because no one sees name badges down at their waistline. I think any facility that lets people wear them down there is ridiculous. What's the point? You're going to stare at someone's like crotch area to check out what their name is? That's ridiculous to me. So anyway, there were a couple of them that had to do that. So come Monday, we had to do the second step TB test. So the students were lined up, and one of the girls, I just happened to look down and she wasn't wearing white shoes. And I told this student, I said, hey, you gotta wear white shoes. They're part of your uniform. And she goes, yeah, I just couldn't today. I was like, okay, well, if you don't wear your white shoe, I said, okay, well, you know, they are part of your uniform, and if you don't wear them, you know, to your clinical rotation, your instructor will send you out for not being in uniform. And her reply was, well, I wouldn't do that for clinical. And I said, you need to treat this lab practice portion as part of your clinical rotation. And she's like, well, I just couldn't today. Not, I'm sorry, you know, I forgot them at home. They hurt my feet, so I just couldn't put them on. You know, nothing like that. It was just like, I just could today. And she said it just like that. And I just was like, okay. You know, I said, well, you need to be in uniform tomorrow, or you're not going to be allowed to stay. And that's all I said. I said, you know, you got to be in uniform, or, you know, we're not going to be able to let you stay. And that was all that was said of it. So Tuesday was CPR, and she was there, and everything seemed fine. She actually had been a very nice student, no attitude or anything like that during the class. So Tuesday was CPR, and everything was good. Wednesday, lab day, she was in uniform. Everything seemed fine, very friendly again. So I just kind of chalked it up to she's having a bad day. Okay. So, end of class comes around on Thursday, and Thursday, the evening class, they break down the classroom. And by break down the classroom, I just mean they strip down the beds at the end. You know, usually we take care of that, but at the end, instead of having them make all the beds up again because the linens need to be washed, they do that. Anyway, so there's a number of things that they do. And the class starts doing that, and this particular student goes over to the kind of the cubby area where all of the personal belongings, purses, backpacks go, and she starts, you know, picking up her purse and stuff like that. And I told this student, I said, hey, your classmates are cleaning up. I said, please put your purse back. And I said it just like that. And she literally walked away from me, and she was mumbling under her breath. And now I'm not quite exactly sure what she said because it was really loud in the classroom. And I was like, okay, this is not cool. So I said, excuse me, were you saying something to me? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear. It's really loud in here. And she goes, no, I wasn't talking to you. I was like, oh. I have never wanted... Actually, I can't say never. Definitely this was one time since I've been working where I work that it was really hard for me not to tell her to just get out. Just get out. But, you know, I have to be professional. I have to maintain, you know, I have to keep my cool. So I just I was like, okay, I'm not going to make a big deal about this. And so I just kind of let it go. And then she proceeded to go stand in front of the back table where the students keep their drinks while they're practicing, with their arms crossed and pouting. After that, when our other nurse was talking, apparently, because the nurse told me, she like glared at her the whole time that she was talking. And this particular student, that's her clinical instructor. So the nurse that does the lab skills supervising, she's also going to be going out to clinical with. And I told her, I said, if she gives you 1 ounce of disrespect, if she is not in uniform, anything, you send her butt out of there so fast it makes her head spin. And I told Pat about this, and Pat's like, oh my gosh. I just don't understand why people sign up for a class and then act like they don't want to be there. I don't get it. It's, you know, I don't get it. Maybe someone can tell me, but I think it's just ridiculous. Like, why would you sign up for a class that you don't, and then act the entire time like you don't want to be there? Personally, I wouldn't sign up for something if I didn't want to be there, you know. It's so hard. I know. It's like, okay, well, at least I have a job. And I'm very thankful. And I would say a lot of the time, it's fine, you know. Like, we do have our problem students, and I know that I've, you know, talked about other, you know, problems here and there, like the crazy guy, crazy stalker guy. But update on that, nothing. Haven't heard anything from him. No calls, hasn't showed up or anything like that. But, you know, there's issues every now and then. And that's, you know, that's to be expected when you're dealing with the general public, you know. But just, I don't know, someone explain to me why someone would join a class if they don't want to be there. Just, I don't get it. If I didn't want to be there, I just wouldn't go. So yeah, that's my life. Okay, let's move in just a little bit. So I'm very grateful to have a little bit of time off between classes. We're going to have another full class, and it's it is summertime, and summertime at the school is always super fun because we have no air conditioning. Now, a lot of people, that would be crazy. Like, how can you not have air conditioning at a school? And it's because it's one, it's a really old building. But two, here in the Pacific Northwest, where I live, our weather doesn't usually get too hot. Now, I don't know. I always say that, and then I'm always complaining about the heat. I really am. But it is what it is. You know, when you get bodies in there, and there's, I need to look at, for whatever reason, I can't even remember, these. Okay, I can't remember what I was doing. Okay, so it gets warm, but, you know, whatever. Excuse me. So I'm not going to tuck down the entire thing because I want to be able to tuck, or I want them to be able to tuck in there. Well, I want to be able to tuck things in there as well. Okay, now, oops, let's go ahead and glue that down and glue that one down. So that is my super exciting time. Not really. It's not that super exciting, but I mean, hey, it's my life. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and tuck that in. I think this is going to go a lot faster because I do have the pieces prepared, so that definitely will help. And this is the middle part of it, so I'm going to go ahead and put the glue on there so I don't accidentally glue it shut. Okay, that. And then I feel like I should, because these are going to tuck in, so I don't think I'm going to back them, but I feel like I should stamp them. So I want to find a stamp to use for that. And I feel really bad because I have a little monster who's sitting right behind me on my chair right now. So let's actually use this one because it's cute. And what do you know? It was within reach, so I don't have to disturb my little monster. Let's get out a paper towel. Okay. And I've actually never used this stamp. And I put that on very poorly. because I was hoping that I was going to stamp or ink both of them. But I think that's, there we go. I think that's pretty good. Could have inked that a little better, so I could have gotten them both at the same time, but you live and you learn. So there's that. Now, I guess I hadn't really thought too much about how the back was going to look, but these are little tuck things, so if they want to draw on them, or not draw, oh my gosh, I guess they could draw on them if they wanted to. If they want to journal or put a little picture or something along those lines, they could definitely do that. Okay, so all right, so I think, let me just make sure. Okay, so that's what the inside flap is going to look like. Now I feel like I need to add something. Does it need a butterfly? Ooh, yes. Yes, I think so. I think these might need a couple of butterflies. So I think in another video I mentioned to you guys that my wonderful hubby got me a vagabond for Christmas, and I've just had the hardest time using it. Like the shimming is wrong or something like that, and I've decided I'm gonna glue that down too, because I think it's no, I'm not gonna glue it down. I don't know what's wrong. So anyway, I looked on YouTube and I found a video where it showed that it had a shim and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I ordered the wafer thin die adapter for the Vagabond. Did that solve my problem? No. No, it did not. Am I upset about it still? Yes. I am not happy that it is doing that. So let's cut. Wait, no, this is just plain white. I don't need just plain white paper. I need the shimmer. So, yeah. So that's been my struggle. Oh, hi, Blakers. I didn't even realize Blakey was in here. He was being so quiet. Okay, now, just for continuity, I am going to, let's see, I'm going to use this one again. And this plate is super warped. Actually, make this easy and not have to ink the butterflies individually. Let's do that. And there's my die. Hi, Bubby. Where'd your butter go? He said he was out of here because I was making too much movement and noise. So actually, no idea where my pokey tool is. I have an extreme mess going on now. Everything's buried. The more I get into this project, the more stuff comes out. You out of here too? Alright. I'll see you later. I think I found my... Nope, that's not my pokey tool. It's probably buried under something. Okay. What I need... There it is. Found it. Okay. Oh shoot. This is why you gotta clean out your dies, because otherwise it'll get too full and not cut. I was hoping that I was gonna, excuse me, get lucky with that and get away with it, because I have a ton more of these to cut. This is when I'm like, oh man, I really wish I had a couple sets of these dies. Let's go ahead and, oops, it's okay if I wrinkle it. Once it's wrinkled, always wrinkled. I'm not too worried about the lines or anything. And actually, I think I need to re-ink this pad. So let's cause more mess and craziness trying to find, holy crap. Of course it's not going to be that easy. Oh my goodness. Okay. Over there. Okay. Now if you, there it is. I was going to say, if you see it, holler. There we go. Okay. Oops. Squeak. That was terrible noise. Okay, let's move this stuff back out of my way. Good gracious. Oh my gosh. This mess. Seriously. Who made this mess? Okay. Oh, this is going to make it a little darker. Okay. I can handle that. That's fine. Okay. Alright, now that I'm super inky, let's grab a wipe. Clean up this so I don't get ink on everything else. Okay, I'm going to put the lid on this for just a minute because I'm going to do some die cutting. And I'm not using that one. So there's 3. My gosh. Whose idea was this? Oh my gosh. No, it was mine. It was mine. Dang it. Why do I do stuff like this? Actually, this so it's quicker cranking. You guys fighting? I don't feel like that made it all the way through. Okay. This is seriously when I need, and I know I said it before, but I seriously need that dye cleaner from Spellbinders. Because that would be super handy right about now. So, yeah. Let's see. How else can I make this difficult, right? Oh my gosh. I've been watching Person of Interest, and I'm so upset. Oh my gosh. One of the main characters, I don't know if they killed her off or if they have just, they're, you know, making us think that she's gone. I have no idea, but it's driving me crazy because I really loved her. She was great. So I don't know if it's, she's really gone. I haven't gotten that far. Been watching the last couple episodes where they were looking for her. And then the machine, no, no, no. That's kind of the suspenseful noise. Told them to stop. So, oh shoot. I am so messy. So yeah, it's kind of like, well, is she gone or is she not gone? And what is going on, people? Tell me what is going on. Let's go ahead and, oops. Oops. I accidentally, as I was zooming out, finger hit the button to stop recording. So, that's just par for the course, right guys? So, let's see. What else to talk about? Very glad for break. Don't really have any big plans for the 4th. We're going to do our normal go to the mother-in-law's. So that's that. She has a... No. Okay. So she has a Jack Russell, and his name is Otis. And he is a little bit portly. Now, I'm not saying my little Blake is not a little portly as well. But Otis has the body, basically, of a goat. Like, he's got that build of a goat with super short legs. So, like, I don't know if you've ever seen a fat Jack Russell, but he kind of looks like a Jack Russell on steroids. It's the weirdest thing. So, he is not a fan of really other animals, and it sucks, you know, because then we can't bring Blake and Truly and hang out and that kind of stuff, because it's just basically next door. But every time he meets another animal, he basically tries to eat it. Maybe he's just hungry. I don't know. Anyway. The point of the story was she went to go get a muzzle for him today just because we're going to see if we can introduce him. If he is muzzled, then he can't, you know, bite them and hurt them. So, I'm going to see how that pans out. I don't know. I'll let you guys know. Might be more terrifying to expose them to a dog in a muzzle than it is. I don't know. He is just not a behaved dog. They also have a beagle, and her name is Bailey, and she is like the sweetest girl. She's so nice. So if it was just Bailey over there, my two could be over there all the time because Bailey wouldn't care. She's just like, you guys are cool, whatever. But yeah, Otis, he will try and murder any other animals. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? I hear them chasing and wrestling. I was looking for my top plate and I just remembered I left it right there. But oh my gosh. And that one I didn't get all the way on the paper, so that was a waste of a cut because it's missing part of the top. What are you guys doing, huh? Running around? So yeah, we're just going to do the barbecue thing. Most places around us, though, have banned fireworks. However, where we live, because it's unincorporated to the county, they can't ban fireworks. Unless, of course, there's a burn ban or whatever, and there isn't because it's super not super dry, but it's rained quite a bit recently, so there's no worry. I mean, there's always worry of fire, but it's, you know, people aren't worried that it's gonna be like last year's fires or anything like that, so yeah. So let's see, how many do I have? So that's 1 page, 2 pages, 3 pages. So I'm halfway there because it takes 4 butterflies per page. It's warm. I'm warm tonight. I think I was complaining of it being warm last night, or last time I filmed as well, but it's hard because I have to have lights, like a lot of lights on. I mean, 1, so I can see, but 2, so when I'm filming, you know, it doesn't look like I'm filming in a cave, although still trying to get that right. And that creates heat. Then I don't have the TV on, which creates heat also, but I haven't had that on because I'm not watching it while I'm doing my late night crafting videos, because what's the point if I can't hear it? So tomorrow I have to go to the store and get ingredients to make my Roman salad. Hi, BB. What? What do you want? You want to come up? You gonna come up again? No? Okay. I don't know if she's just being... I see one of Jack's socks. Call it. They're just running. Hi. I don't know. They just went outside. Oh my gosh. Someone has been very naughty today. Truly. And she has just been a brat when it comes to the neighbor dog. She like will go out there and she will beeline for that fence and just start barking and barking and barking at this poor dog. you know, they're dogs, and so they're, you know, they're gonna bark, but she's just so mean about it. And then she like gets Blake to like gang up on this poor dog with her, and it's just like, oh my gosh. So they weren't outside very much today. Usually if it's nice and not raining and I'm home, I do like to try and leave the door open as much as possible, you know, so they can go out and enjoy. Truly likes to lay in the sun. She's my little sun baby. Blakey, he'll be outside, but he gets warm pretty easily, so he's not much of the sun baby, but yeah, he likes to be outside with her. So what time is it? It's not super late. Oopsies, there goes my hot glue gun with all the ruckus over here. Right. Gonna have to vacuum after I get done with this. All these pieces are just everywhere, but I'm not that super neat tidy crafter that has to keep every little piece controlled. So it's a long part of this series, just you wait. Thought I was cutting down on some time. Well, thankfully now I did all that other prep work off camera because it took longer than this to fussy cut, and then knowing me and my fussy cutting, I probably would have like been off camera 90% of the time, because you know you have to hold it like 2 inches from your face as you're trying to cut, right? Or is that just me? I hope it's not just me. I don't want to be the weird one. No, I know I'm weird. It's fine. I came to grips with that many, many years ago. Okay. Ouch. Just poked myself. Let's see. I am thirsty and I left my drink in the other room. So as soon as I get done cutting these last 4 butterflies, I'm going to stop this video. I'm going to go get my drink, and then we can continue. Oh my gosh, so many pieces. They're like wrestling in the doorway of my craft room. They're so funny. Okay. So, 3. I don't want to jinx myself, but it looks like I might have cut off the exact amount of paper that I needed for all of these butterflies. That's nice. Okay, now that I've said that, let's test our luck. See if we can cut through this without cleaning the die. And then we'll end up not having enough paper to cut a makeup butterfly. But it looks like it cut through everything the way it should. out before I try. I can't do 3. I know for sure I will run into issues if I try and do 3. Next time I'm going to pick a butterfly with less pieces or bigger pieces. I don't know. One of the two. Okay, right. That's done. Okay. Get that out of the way. Get some of this mess. Oh my goodness. My squeaky chair. It's always squeaking. Okay. Julie's digging in one of the beds in here. Really wish it was set up a little differently so the beds were kind of over there, because poor little Blake, he gets so nervous when my chair moves at all. So if it's, you know, if it squeaks or if I turn in it, he's just always afraid that I'm going to run him over or something. I don't know. I haven't run him over with the chair. One time Truly was behind me and I got her poor little foot. Oh, so sad. I can't even. I felt so bad. Oh, this is one that I didn't clean the dye. So if we pull it from the back very carefully. Okay. Right. Get these all cleaned out. See. Oh my gosh, my crazy friends. I was just thinking about it. My crazy friends. They already are so, we're all excited about it, but they're already planning the next page swap. Not even done with this one. They're like, this is what we're going to do next time. And of course, you know, they're excited about it, and I got excited about it, and I already bought the paper. I'm not even done with this one. Although I do have to say about, I would say 90% of the planning of this one is done as far as the pieces. I am going to try and do one interactive element that I hope works out. Who knows if it will, but I just have to remember to keep enough paper for my covers. So I didn't pick those papers out before, so I will need to pull those and set those aside before I do this interactive element, so I make sure that I have enough for my inside covers and also the outside covers and spine, because I would cry and cry and cry, because I'm a big crybaby, if I didn't have the right look for the covers. And you know, here's the funny thing about me. I pick out these beautiful papers, you know, because I want to showcase them or whatever, and then I end up, because I can't stop embellishing and everything has to be so chunky, I end up covering up a lot of the beautiful design that I picked out for the covers. So I'm like, why do you do that? So who knows? I do it because that's just me. Just my MO. Now, 20 years later of cutting and cleaning butterflies out. Oh my gosh. Let's see, what other stories do I have for you guys? I don't really have any other stories. My life is just boring. I was really happy with the turnout for my drawing. The 1500 subby giveaway, that was really nice. Definitely felt some YouTube love on that. And let's see. So there's that. So I was trying to have this series called Silhouette Saturdays, and I did one. Well, one of my goals is to get back into that, and I did actually film one, so that will be coming out soon. I know I said the last Saturday of the month, but I'm really excited to do it. You know what, all this time that I've been, you know, wanting to do this series, or, you know, having this series in mind, I actually have a list of different Silhouette Saturday projects that I want to do for the series. It's just a matter of getting those done. It really is. For me, it's just a matter of getting them done. Okay. Now, all of those pieces are done and cut. I'm trying to get most of them into the garbage. Okay, let's get as much of that ink up as possible. I don't know if I got a lot of it on this mat, but I'll try and do that. Okay. All right, you guys, I'm going to be right back because I'm going to go grab my drink because I'm getting very parched, and I'll see you in a minute.